Welcome back again. You're still watching The Breakfast Show, and that was, of course, a wrap-up report on the exhibition and the nature of the exhibition. Would like to come back again to our guest, Dr. طارق, here in the studio. Now, Doctor, what is the future in the development of information technology here in Egypt? We've seen in the exhibition quite a lot of interesting updates and the use of new technology and applications. How can you see the future of this development here in Egypt?
Actually, as your colleague was saying at the end of the report, I see the IT in general, specifically the IT part. Of course, communication we've been building over the past decade, the whole communication infrastructure, which took the country to where it is in terms of the connectivity and the networking, and what we've been doing in terms of cables, fibers, and how we're connecting people, the internet, and how we're connecting overseas and outside and globally. Now, it's the time for the IT to be the locomotive that will pull the whole economy forward. We've been pushing in the past period, of course, for the outsourcing business, how we're bringing people from overseas to Egypt, and see this as a big hub for this opportunity. Now I can see Egypt moving forward with the IT calibers we have and all the investments we're doing with the multinationals and the local companies to start, really developing real new trendy products that will take the industry further, not only in Egypt but for the whole world. So this is a big, I always have been looking at this as the IT as a very big factor, in improving our GDP in general.
Around the whole world, postal authorities everywhere tend to document very important events. And for example, in England, they were documenting the royal wedding a few months or 1 month ago, and they were making fortunes out of that documentation, and also in other countries. So we have the biggest event all over the world. What is the Post Authority how is it going to handle this very important event? Of course, you have a lot to do on your hands.
Yeah. So actually, I started in this job like 3 weeks ago, and I'm very happy to be the chairman, of course, of Egypt Post. It's one of the most, respected and one of the biggest and most have a lot of value organization and authorities in Egypt. Definitely, as you said, we have to mark this occasion of the January 25 revolution. We're on the process of creating not one or a single stamp, but several stamps that will mark this occasion for the next period, for all the next generation to come. You always come through history, and always, like things like stamps, are always landmarks.
Are you planning any events other than stamps?
No, the thing also is what we're doing is we are, honestly, my way of doing things is, it's not always about events. What I'm planning is, how can I push this industry forward? The postal authority, this is what I think, we have to start work now, I don't like, events are good and everything like that, but this is a byproduct of what we need to do. People have to start working back, the whole production cycle have to start going back, so that we can start getting back our economy that have been, being on slippery slope since the revolution started. So my philosophy now is, okay, I love celebrations. Let's go back to work. How can really, what we're doing in the post, how can back, with what we're doing, revive the economy? I don't know if you know or not, but the postal authority here in Egypt is not just the postal services. We have a very big investment we have a huge investment IT thing which connects everything. So definitely I'm looking to take the postal authority to the next level, to start, creating new industries like, commerce on the internet, the e-commerce. We want to go back into retail. We want to make use of all our, human resources capacity we have. I have 55,000 people working on the Egyptian authority that reach out to every single corner of Egypt, and in every, so we need to make use of those. We need to make use of all our presence in all these areas. We have around 4,000 facilities and locations where we reach to people. So we have to start using those to start promoting new services and new industries that will help the whole, the well-being of the whole society.
Yes, Mr. طارق, you spoke about the plan and the strategy that you want to expand and enlarge here in Egypt now. But if we were talking about the postal services in particular, what are the new ideas and innovation to further develop the postal service itself?
Perfect. So regarding the postal part, definitely, we're moving very, very aggressively on the courier side. A big portion of you know, the postal will not go away. People are saying, you know, is like email a substitute for this. You know what I mean? Maybe for the regular envelopes, you know, or the regular letters between people, yes. It's never going to go away, for example, for the formal letters, for things like that, and for the courier, you know what I mean? Packages, it's going to be more and more and more. I believe and I envision in the next decade, this will be like tenfold of what we're doing now. We're going to see a lot of services. You don't need, you know, you're not going to need to go to the store every time you need something. You're going to start ordering things online, and Egypt Post will be responsible for delivering every and single good to the whole corners of Egypt in all dimensions. You know.